Hello and welcome, my name is Ajaxpost and we're back here in Transport Fever 2 playing Bristol, the second iteration of this map, or my second attempt at getting it right, and we're doing quite well, to be honest. We're looking at our very latest train, which is doing a local route really from Bristol Temple Meads up this steep sort of bridge thing out to South Bristol, which is why it's called Bristol South Rail, to Bedminster. And it looks like business is picking up already. Yep, I put the a low capacity on it to start with, just to keep money, keep the expenses down really at this stage of the game. And as you can see, it's currently losing 50,000, but I think it's going to turn around fairly soon, and you can see this in only a year of operation. Yeah, we are about a year, almost exactly, since the end of the last episode. I've just played on a little bit, corrected a few sort of naming issues and stuff that I usually do, and just checked a few routes. So yeah, as you can see, income is picking up very nicely, and I will need to increase capacity on that fairly soon. Other than that, have a look at our line statistics, and everything is working rather well. Our main rail line, Bristol to Keynsham, is very, very profitable indeed, and it's only the last couple of lines we put on in Bedminster, or around Bedminster, including the rail line here, which are losing money, which is the Bedminster to Southville and Bedminster to Bishopsworth. Now, looking at this, I think we could tag on another connection here to Long Ashton. If we look at the demand in here for destinations, for shopping, Long Ashton, yeah, fair enough. Less so for work, much more for shopping from Bedminster. From Southville, Long Ashton, again, it's good for work from there. So we've got people from here want to go to Long Ashton, and likewise from Long Ashton, where do they want to go? Bedminster, yeah, Southville, that's quite good. Also Lulsgate Bottom, which is down here, which is where the airport might eventually end up if we were doing it in any sense vaguely realistic to the Bristol, the actual Bristol area itself. So let's have a look at that. Let's pause this just for a second while I get my head around what we want to do. Oh, we're making. Oh, yeah. Look, we've made over 100,000 already in those few minutes I've been talking. The train is full. We'll put on an extra carriage in a moment. Look at that. It's gone down to minus 17 from minus 50. Very impressive. Okay, so what do we have in terms of bus routes around here? Let's have a quick poke at what we can see. Actually, let's make this a little bit smaller, so it doesn't take up too much screen real estate. So we've got the line coming in from Bishopsworth, hooking up to the station there, which hooks up to the Bedminster Southville route through the town there. That's fine. I think what we could do, if we put in, say, another stop here. I think if we put the other stop here in Southville, so these very slow stagecoaches don't have to go quite as far and get tied up in any traffic here in town, that will work best. So yeah, we'll make use of this existing stop on Coronation Road. So Long Ashton, what have we got down here? Let's have a quick look at our landscape. Yeah, that's fine. I think whatever we put in here, buildings wise, again, we'll use one of our freebie bus stops. It's a bit cheaty, I know, and yeah, I think that is covering pretty much everything. You can see it vaguely turning grey. Now there have been a couple of mods released on the workshop. I've not put them on yet. I may look at putting them into my game, which actually enhance the colours that you see here, because Urban Games have gone quite pale, quite discreet, and if you put in bus stops like it, don't think it shows so much for passengers. It does a bit. You get this sort of grey colouring to the white background. It works better, I think, for cargo. underneath the buildings, so you can see which ones are in range when you've got the land use on. But it's not very clear, whereas these mods give you much bigger, brighter, bolder colours, so it's much easier to see exactly what the coverage, the catchment area is of your stops. If we get rid of that, I don't want that. That's easier to see. It's nice, bright and white. So yeah, that catches pretty much every building in town. Right, so if we put our bus stop in there, let's get ourselves a new line. From there to there. Yeah, that works, I think. Now the issue we have got here is that there are there's a nasty hill there in Southfield. I'm not sure how accurate that is. I don't remember Southfield being particularly hilly. But again, it's a part of Bristol I've visited a couple of times, but I'm not that familiar with it. Long Ashton, again, I don't know Long Ashton particularly. It's a bit sort of outside the city centre. But yeah, right, so let's get wagons on there. How many should we put on? I think we could probably put on quite a few. But we'll start with 4, just to show willing, and see how that takes off. So we'll buy those 4 wagons. And we'll attach them to, we will attach them to, oh, I haven't named it, line 1. There it is, Long Ashton to Southfield, which is indeed exactly what it is. So that will take that off, which we should be fine. Now there's one other thing I want to do here. Let's get the game rolling again. Actually, no, let's pause it just in case. I will want to extend the bus station here in the centre of Bristol. Again, we're seeing here, we've got a lot of passengers on one line in particular. Bristol, Clifton and Brandon Hill, which is this line out here. Now, curiously, there are a lot of people waiting here, but very few, at the other, relatively few at least, at the other stops. So there's just, in fact, there's none there, and indeed I imagine none on Hampton Park. No. So I have put another wagon on there, but it's difficult to judge how much is going to be made of that. But this line is reasonably profitable, I think, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Wagons aren't actually expensive, are they? But we will be putting in more services, I think, in here into the Bristol bus station. It is a major connecting point for the real city of Bristol, and we'll see if we can vaguely replicate that sense of scale and use. So I need to configure this. Now, unfortunately, the game has been building buildings near my bus station, so I can't extend it out that much that way without paying money to get rid of roads and buildings, which we will probably do, to be honest, as we move forward. Especially if this really takes off. But what we could do, just to make sure we've got some room here, is extend it further out in this direction. Because there's at least one line I'm going to be putting in today which will make use of this. Shall I put that in there as well? Well, you could make that one longer. Now, question... will that longer platform, is it going to be one platform? It looks like it will be one platform. Is that going to allow me to put more people on there who are prepared to wait? So, good question. So if I move, for example, Clifton and Brandon Hill from that platform 3 to Terminal 1, which is that one up there, the big one, it makes no odds. That's kind of disappointing. So I think in cargo, in a little bit of a test I did, I can't honestly remember if I added it to one of my get to know video series, making the platform longer for cargo does actually give you more capacity. Not substantially, but it does increase it. We'll have to wait and see on that anyway. Okay, so we've done that. What else do I want to quickly check here? Oh, this line here Yeah, you've just come out of Keynsham, you've got 24 on board, and there's still 17 waiting. This train needs upgrading, I think. So let's have a look at you. Now the question here, actually is just look here, is increase the capacity or increase the speed, because it's only going 25 miles an hour, which I think is a limitation of these old wagons. This is where I want to go. Actually manage the line. It's a frequency of 8 minutes. Frequence. I think that's bad language, bad grammar. So I think that's a little typographical error on the part of the developers. Sorry, guys. I'm just wondering, if we increase the frequency by making it faster, will I need to actually add more wagons to it as well? Let's do that. Let's make it faster to start with. So how can we do that? Let's manage this vehicle. Let's edit this vehicle. So at the moment we're using, it is the long boiler, yep, which is pretty much a variation on the D13, the long boiler. There we are. That goes 30, but it's the actual wagons that can only go 25. Now we've got a couple of other, or 3 others, which are modded vehicles. Again, a reminder, if you want to sort of check in the mods that I'm using in this game, there is a link to my collection on Steam in the description below, so that you can sort of see all the mods that I've added. I've already added a few which aren't going to be live yet, which are going to be coming up in the later 1800s. I don't think I've added any yet which are beyond that, so I'm trying to keep it, the collection itself, reasonably current to where my Let's Play is at the time of recording. So those only carry 5. Okay, now you go a bit faster, 45, so you, but not as fast as 50, but you do carry the same number of passengers, 6. I quite like that, so I think we might use those instead. So if we take you guys out, or which one of these is? Now again, my knowledge of railway history and all the various components, the consists, the locomotives, the wagons, the station, all of that, I know very little about. But I'm just playing this as a great game, so I'm not quite sure what this all means. Front brake, first class, third class, rear brake. Does that mean they've got brakes on? So does that mean they help the locomotive stop? I'm not sure. We'll use a front brake, so we will add one of you. In fact, we'll add, I've clicked off it, oops, yeah, 2 of you. Actually no, we'll just make 2 of you. We'll make 1 first class, and we'll stick a 3rd class in there as well. Where was that? There it was. So that gives me the same 24 capacity. I'm now capable of going up to 45 miles an hour. So what locomotives? Yeah, still no diesel or electric. Right, so a 45 mile an hour locomotive. We've got the Bloomer. Okay, you're quite powerful compared to the long boiler. Oh yes, you are indeed. You go 45, 700, nearly a million. You're a bit more expensive. 47. The Crampton. Oh, actually, you're. Yes, you're not as powerful. You're not as powerful. You can go a bit faster, but you are cheaper than the 45, the Bloomer. So that you're an interesting choice. The Cornwall. Again, these are all quite expensive. The small Bloomer. That'd be cheaper, but it goes 5 miles an hour slower than the wagons are capable of. So it's a waste of money in a sense. Now let's go as fast as we can. Let's use the Crampton. So it's got a lovely big wheel on it as well, which is good. That'll be nice to see. So that's our cheapest option, possibly going the fastest. So if we take you out and stick the Crampton in there, it puts it at the front. Well done. A mediocre performance, but that's okay. There are hills on this route, but it's kind of mostly flat. But I'm going to need over $1 million to pay for that upgrade. So let's take some more loan out. Right, that's enough, I think. Has that remembered what I chose? It has. Excellent. It's not going to tell me what the actual wagons are, though, is it? Okay, so let's replace you. It's done it, I think. So there is our brand new Crampton. And the wagons are kind of in the old styly Great Western colours of brown or chocolate and cream. I think that's reasonably accurate. So how can you get faster than 25 miles an hour? 29, 30. I mean, this is mind-boggling speed. It is indeed. Again, a beautiful model. I mean, Urban Games have done a grand old job in giving us this wonderful playground. But the modders have created some wonderful toys to play with in it. That is fabulous. Lovely. Okay, so let's stop faffing around looking at beautiful wagons. What else do we need to do? We could actually, I think, increase the capacity on this train as well. Again, that's going out of Temple Meads. Sorry, is it going out or going into Temple Meads? It's going into Bristol Temple Meads with 12 on. I think we can upgrade this one. Let's add another wagon to this train. So manage this vehicle. We'll leave it as the same locomotive. We're not too worried yet. So we're going to edit you, and we're going to be putting back on another one of these small coaches. Yeah, I can afford that. I didn't actually click anything then, did I? You great plank. Yeah, the UI here is really nice. It looks good, but you've got to remember to click things in the right place. There's a kind of lack of obviousness, I think, in some of these places, like here. So I need to press add there, and then I can modify my train, and that will make it 18 capacity. Going down there. Beautiful. Right. So what else do we need to look at? Have we got people waiting in Long Ashton yet? No. Well, to be honest, those wagons have only just left the station, the depot, so we're not going to worry about that too much. Now, one thing that was mentioned, and I have a nasty suspicion that this was mentioned in the first iteration of the Bristol series by the same chap, Mr. Phosphoric, long-time viewer, subscriber, and frequent commenter as well. Thank you so much for offering this suggestion. I think you might be right, actually. Now, down here, my cargo lines, I have 3 of them. Ignore the passenger line, which is the sort of light green one. So I have got a line taking planks from here into the centre of Whirl, a line taking the planks out of that cargo station there, up to the sawmill to turn them into planks, bring the planks down, deposit them in the town centre, and have a third line taking the planks to the tool factory, and then bring them back for delivery to the commercial zone. I think it's the commercial zone, isn't it, that wants tools? Yeah. There is commercial, wants tools. And the suggestion was, I have got this line here, the logs line, taking logs down, earning lots of money, to be honest. Yeah, 79 grand, but going back empty, and it might be more sensible to miss out this second stage and have it all as one line, taking the logs straight to the sawmill, then bringing them back here for the tools line to pick up. And you know what? I think that kind of makes sense. But I'm going to need a little bit of money to make this route shorter. Now, can I actually make use... where would be the best way to put this line? We'll make it country road. They can only go out 12 miles an hour, I think, at the moment, so that's not a big issue. Oh, autosave's kicked in. Hi, thank you. So if we take that, that's 37, 34, 56. That's a bit expensive. Is there a hill there? I think there's a hill there. That's why it's getting expensive. Oh, that's 28. That's 20, 23. Oh, this is looking quite good. That's quite inexpensive. It's not the shortest of routes. If I start from here, can I go up further? No, I think that'll do the job, won't it? I think. Yep. And again, the thing here is it's taking these wagons out of the town centre, so we're cutting down on the emissions suffered by the good folk of Whirl. So that will all help the passenger traffic as well by allowing more residents to move in because they're not being suffocated by the pollution of horse droppings and stuff. Right, line manager, that's what I want. Let's look at just the ones I can see. So it's the log supply. What we'll actually do is go from Whirl Forest, in fact, add that in there. Okay. And then drop the planks down here. Now, we've already got a modest supply of logs here, which I'm probably going to lose, to be honest. Let's play around with the loading configurator. Let's take that out. So we're at Whirl Forest. Actually, let's just double check. We're on Whirl Forest. There we are. Yeah, and we're going to load logs there. Yeah. That's good. We're going to unload nothing because there's nothing you take back to a forest. In the sawmill, we are going to unload the logs and then load up with planks. That is planks, isn't it? Yep, that's right. And then at lower Whirl, we're going to... We could leave it as unload everything, but let's not. Let's be precise. Unload the planks. Okay. And you can see I've changed those because the configurator is now wholly lit up, whereas on this line it's not. It's just only half lit. Okay, so the plank supply line is no longer needed. So let's have a look at the planks supply. Let's manage the vehicles for that. And what we could do, let's take some of these, 3 of them, and put them on the new log supply line. And we'll put one more on the tools supply. We'll see how that pans out, because that's only a short line. I don't think we need quite as many. We don't need to saturate it with vehicles, he said, hopefully. So we'll put you on the tools supply. Okay, you vehicles can all be sold. And the plank supply line, I need to go into the line manager for that. Planks supply can be removed. Okay, so again, thank you very much, Mr. Fosrek, for suggesting that. Hopefully this will work out and be even more profitable. It should be, because these log supply line should now be carrying goods in 2 directions now. Logs out there and then planks back, and then a shortish journey empty. So that should give them more reason to make money. Yeah, we shall see. Okay, so how are we doing here? We're still making lots of money. Okay, we're not, because I spent so much on that new train. But look at this, my vehicles are making money. That's why it's just the amount of capital investment that's taking me down. Temple 40 on there, so this must be the Temple Meads train. Actually, let's focus on that for the moment. How much money are you going to make me by travelling faster. I wish I could remember how much money it made travelling at 25 miles an hour. We shall see. 171,000. That's not bad. What I'm sort of waiting to see is if going faster will actually allow it to capture all the excess passengers we had when it was going slower, or if we do actually need to add more wagons to that. Okay, everything else looks to be okay. Let's check our profitability for the moment. Okay, so let's just pause this for a second. So our second train line, Bristol South Rail, is now in profit, 8,000. A 5-minute turnaround, which is a little bit slow, but I think they'll do for the moment, obviously. Bedminster to Bishopsworth, which was this purple line down here, that's now profitable. Southville, less so. Likewise, our newest route, Long Ashton to Southville, is not profitable yet either. But I'm hoping that once this sort of kicks into action, we've got people waiting there now. What about here in Coronation Road? Nobody waiting. Oops. Yeah, once that kicks off, and particularly sort of tying into passengers coming into the train station, both those should start earning good money. Okay. Now, one thing we still have a problem with on this map is this massive congestion we have on this main streets coming down through the centre of the town, north to south, and also this bit here. Now, can we tell where these people are going? Hotwells to Bedminster. Okay, so that's Hotwells there. You?
Hey.
Hi. Hotwells to Bishopsworth and Southville. Okay. You? Brandon Hill to South Stoke Gifford. Where the heck is Stoke Gifford? That's all the way up there. Struth, you're certainly travelling the map, aren't you? Okay. Not sure we can help you much in the short term. Brandon Hill to Bedminster. Okay. Right. My next plan here is to put in some inner city train lines. Now, there is a train line in reality which goes from Clifton to Bristol Temple Meads. That's, I think, a bit of a way off in the game. I think actually that line actually goes out to Severn Beach. I may be entirely wrong on that. Or maybe the Bristol Temple Meads to Severn Beach line is quite separate and Clifton does something else. It might obviously just do the stuff here along the Bristol Channel. Possibly. I don't know. As I said, my knowledge of railways and their history is kind of limited. But one way perhaps, I hope, of getting rid of some of this congestion is to stick a train station in here and connect Hotwells, Brandon, and even the bus station here to other locations more quickly, more efficiently. So, can we stick a train station in here? A passenger building. This one I think is going to be a terminus. We're going to use our British UK station mod. Okay, it's going to be a terminal station in here. We're going to use our brown colour scheme, which I understand is reasonably accurate for this age of the Great Western Railway. Building size is 2. Platform length. Do we need it to be as long as 160? I'm not sure we do. What about even 80? Will that work? The only problem here is, as you can see, there's a heck of a slope in here somewhere. And I could connect it to these roads here. And we'd need more bus routes into town, but I think let's get rid of that. Let's not get rid of that just yet. What if we put that in here? Okay, that doesn't look too bad actually. If I go page... Can I go page down? I can. But it doesn't help much. To connect to that bit of road, it does need to be up. If I could connect... Maybe if I connect it to the main road. Will that work? Okay, let's try that. Yep, that is a good 20, nearly 30 grand cheaper. So... We're going to need to connect it. We could connect it to Temple Meads, but I don't think I will. I'll connect it into Bedminster. Take a loop round there. So we're probably going to want to move it out somewhere. Oh, that's nice and cheap actually. Okay, job done. Okay. It's actually quite a big building. Maybe I didn't need it to be that big. I'm not sure if the building makes it any cheaper. Oh heck, I think it does. Oh, well, never mind. Bristol Rail Engineers, the great Eisenbahn Kingdom Brunel, and his company, I think, were great fans of the large and impressive. If you've been around Bristol Temple Meads Station, there are occasionally tours of the sort of the old parts of the station, which are no longer in use. And actually, wouldn't it be nice if we just laid some track down here? Yeah. Let's do that. Let us do that. So what I'm going to do, little side platform kind of thing. Let's take you out for a moment. Actually, did I need to do that? I don't. Actually, I think I might have done because there's a slight curve to that bit of track, and we don't have curved stations yet. Urban Games, we don't have curved stations yet. We want them. We most definitely want them. I need to configure this. That's right. Put some tracks down. So if we put you there and you there, that I think is 80, isn't it? Yeah, pretty much. That's 80. So that's the length we're going for. So we're going to need another little bit of platform. It'll be our oh, this is interesting. Oh, that's the waiting room. What does that look like on here? No. Actually, is that how much? That's 19. How much is it without the waiting room? 19. It's much the same. So, actually, we could have them waiting on the. We don't need extra platform. We just don't need 2 bits of extra platform. We just need the one along there. Should we give them canopy? Let's give them canopy. A bit of canopy at least. There we go. I think that will do nicely. We don't need extra track for the main line, so we can just come out of there, put that track back that we deleted. Yep, that goes in there. I'm not sure it is. I think you can just about determine there is a slight curve there, but seeing as that's not station track, it's not going to worry us. Well, that was quite expensive. In fact, this whole exercise is going to be quite expensive, so we're going to need some more money. Right, we need to get this from there to there. It doesn't like doing that. So what we could do, I want to get rid of this bit of road here. Track from there. Ooh, that looks ugly. Ouch. that does look very ugly indeed. Okay, no. We might put that back to restore that main route that the AI traffic was taking. Okay, that's going there. Okay, how tight can we make this corner? That's going to be the trick, isn't it? I think. Do we want it to be a bridge? Don't want a slow wooden bridge. What's our best looking bridge? That looks okay actually. 106. Earthwork is not any cheaper, to be honest, so... Ooh, that seemed quite cheap for a second, didn't it? It did. Because you're going down, I think. I don't really want you to go down. At that point, because there's still a bit of a hill there, isn't there? As you can see. I want that to be as straight as possible. Don't want it to be curving in just yet. Okay, let's put you there. Now, how can I connect you up to the station? 320 with a bit of road deformation there. Again, that's unpleasant to look at. And a bit of a tunnel. I'd rather we didn't have that. It looks expensive, doesn't it? Can we get away? We can get away without the tunnel there. Or a little bit of tunnel, which doesn't deface the road quite as much. Okay, I think, yeah, that's better. And again, we're getting good speed now on there. I think that's a little bit cheaper than it gave us to start with. Okay. Again, there's that nasty effect on the road. Don't think we can do much. Can we put it up a little bit of a bridge? Perhaps. How much is that going to cost us? 75. I quite like that actually. That looks quite nice. It's a little bit more expensive than I'd like. 67. How are we heading into the station? There. Okay, let's try that. And come down off there. Can we get into the station for 87? Yeah, we probably spent more than we could have got away with, but I think that works. Okay, splendid. Right, we have a new rail line. Oh, that does look very odd and wiggly, doesn't it? But, oh well. Now, can we actually, while I'm here, put this road back through? I have a suspicion it's not going to go through. Oh, it does! Oh, yikes! Wow, wasn't expecting that. But it does want to take it at a curve. See what happens if we go... That's 118. That's 16. That's a lot better, isn't it? Can we get it going? Oh, we can. Get it going straight through there. It's nice that I'm not sure if the old game Transport Fever 1 actually did that. It took the pillars away when you're trying to put roads underneath. But I like this. I'd like that to be as sort of straight as possible. No, you annoying game. Give me a straight road. That's nearly straightish, okay. And there. Okay, it's a little bit wiggly, but that's the price you pay. Okay, I mean that there is just for the AI traffic. I may come around to start using that at some point myself, but for now I won't. Okay, so we need... Oh, you know, the other issue I've got here is connecting trains to this line. I'm going to need more track, aren't I? Can I do it from here at all? Oh, yeah. Oh, I can. That's nice and cheap. Slow, but that's fine. That's all I need to do, so I can use the Bristol Temple Meads depot to get trains onto that line. Otherwise it would have meant sort of curving off from the bridge here, and that would have been expensive. So let's set up our brand new line. Bedminster to Brandon Hill. Excellent. Right. Again, I'll name that when we get round to it. So we're going to need a train. I'm going to need to put some signals on here, aren't I? So it's only one line between Temple Meads and Bedminster. So we've got signals there. I think... Oh, it's a waypoint. I don't want a waypoint, I want signals. That would go there, I think. Or is it the other way around? Now we certainly want it coming down here to be on that side. These signals don't really make a great deal of sense, to be honest. We'll leave that there, and we will leave you there, I think. But they are just to allow me, I think, to get a train out of there. Now this train here, again, it will be another slowish long boiler. Where's my long boiler? There you go, sir. One of those. And wagons. Two of those. Oh wow, I can actually afford that. It's only just over $500,000, and I have got 680,000 in the bank, so I can put that on there. And you need to press that, don't you? Oh, you plank. Okay. You see, I know how this works, but I still get lost in this UI. As much as I said, as attractive as it looks, I think there are some usability issues, some ergonomics issues with it by that. Okay, now can I put you on my new line 1? Unable to find... No, I thought it would. So we need to get you to Bedminster, and then we can put you onto the line. Alright, now the catchment area of the Brandon Hill station is actually quite good. But what I think I'd like to do, which is one of the reasons I expanded the bus station, is to get another line coming in from the bus station. So from all those other routes that connect into the centre of Bristol, to get them out here into this train line option here. So we need to get bus stop buildings. We'll use a real bus stop here. And which one shall we... Actually, can we put in a real passenger? Just the one. A bit like that. Yeah, that kind of works, doesn't it? Definitely. There we go. Beautiful. Right, so we need a new route from the bus station. to wherever that's called, Brandon Hill branch. Again, I'll change this as we go through. I think you're using the correct... Actually, if we put you on platform 6 over there, because that's kind of where you are, really, isn't it? Right. Excellent. And some stagecoaches. Yeah. How many can I buy? Let's buy... why is it not this? Oh, I need to do that. That's right. There we go. Let's put 4 on there. And you can go on the new line 2. Again, I'll rename all those in a moment. Well, once I finish the recording. And that's the job done. Okay, this is my train now. Excellent. Right, so I should now be able to put you on the correct line. Yes, I can. Right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to fast forward this a little bit, and then we'll just see this new train taking on its route. And I'll be back with you just the other side of this little visual video effect. So here's our new train. It's pulled up into the other platform here at Bedminster. There's our previous train. Let me catch it. 15 of 18. Oh, and it's in profit too, Bristol Rail Service. That's the one we started off with at the beginning of the episode. Doing very nice business indeed. But we wanted to follow this little beauty here. Going onto the tunnel. Oh, I just missed the deer going over the hill there. Look at that congestion. Now, will this train actually help with that at all? A lovely view over the fabulous city of Bristol. Coming down into Brandon Hill. Are we going to see any passengers yet? Yes, there is! Excellent. Excellent. 1 passenger. That's all it needs. And he is the leading edge. He was the... what do they call it? Yeah. The leader. The first adopter. That's the phrase I'm looking for. So he's certainly going to be leading the rush to make use of this new rail service. So that's it. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of Transport Fever 2 Bristol. I've been Ajaxpost, and I would love to hear from you. Oh, there goes the autosave. We'll be back in a moment. A like would be wonderful if you've enjoyed this. A little thumbs up would be very much appreciated. Even better, though, if you've got any thoughts, suggestions, recommendations, even criticisms. Just drop a note into the comments box below. That would be really awesome. I just love hearing from you, whatever you've got to say. And of course, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, you can do that now. And that way you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play videos. But from me, Ajaxpost, here in Transport Fever 2. Until the next time, bye-bye for now.